Top 3 investments that I would do again if I go back to start as an investor. What's up everyone, JMang here. Today I'm diving into something really exciting. My top 3 investments I'd absolutely do once again. Ito yung mga investments na talagang lumalaban sa pagsubok ng panahon at nagbibigay ng confidence para sa akin, and I keep every single time in my financial portfolio. If you're curious about where you might want to put your money in, or just want to hear what has worked for me as well, stick around. First up, let's talk about high dividend yield stocks. Alam ko na iniisip mo, ang stocks sobrang volatile. Paiba-iba ng presyo, yung galaw ng trend, hindi mo alam anong nangyayari. But here's the things. Yes, tama ka naman doon. Pero yung mga high dividend yield stocks, meron kasi silang kakaibang katangian. They provide regular cash flow and their prices don't usually fluctuate drastically unless there's a major event like what we saw with COVID-19. Nag-crash yung market around March 2020. What I love about them is that you get this steady income without having to lift a finger. Para kang may assistant na nagtatrabaho para sa'yo habang pa-chill-chill ka lang dyan sa tabi.
Daddy, chill.
So there are many options for high dividend yield stocks. Kasama na dyan yung SEC or Semirara, DMCI, there's also LTG, GMA7, and many others. No? You can use yung pesobility.com para ma-filter mo ano yung mga stocks na may magagandang dividend yield. Just research ko ano yung mga companies na nagbibigay ng regular yield every year. So the reason I got into mga dividend yields na ganito, kasi I had a mentor and this mentor was actually telling me na itong nakukuha niyang dividends na to is pinang-Japan niya, pinang-Korea, pinang-trip niya. No? And I was really curious, what stock gives you a regular return? And that's when I started researching, there are companies that give you really good returns every single year na hindi sila lalayo ng mga 8 to 10 to 12%. Depende kung anong price mo nakuha yung stock na ito. So, quick chika, buwagsak nga yung price nung isang hinahawakan ko, Semirara. That was in 2020. 2021, around June, we started buying in. That was around 10, 12 pesos. And bago kasi mag-pandemic, nasa 20 pesos yun. So, we started buying more. Just imagining na bumalik lang siya sa dating price. Lo and behold, after 6 months, June, mga October, it went up to 30 pesos per share. Not bad. Ibig sabihin nun, more than double na yung price. Tapos, it also gave dividends na 10% based on the current price. So, 3 pesos per share yun. Siyempre, yung cost ko was only 10, 12 pesos. Mas malaki tuloy yung return na nakuha. Around 20 to 30%. Not bad. So, that's something you could always look into, high dividend yield stocks. Next, we have real estate. Isa to sa mga pinaka-kinahihiligan kong mga topics, no? Kasi fan kasi ako ng mga dual-purpose lots, no? So, yung mga dual-purpose lots, these are things na iba't iba yung pwede mong gawin para sa kanya, no? Ano ba at bakit dual-purpose? Kasi number one, maganda yung option that you can actually buy a lot, no? Lupa to, buy a lot. Tapos, pwede mong malaman kung gusto mo ba siyang tirhan sa future or baka naman mag-appreciate na, nagde-develop yung place, then pwede mo na siya ibenta agad. As I was saying, magandang dual-purpose lots. Kasi if you decide to live there, edi cool, may place kaya na pwede mong magstayan, tirhan. Pero if not, it's also located in a developing area, so mas tataas yung price niyan. Mag-appreciate siya. Siyempre, kikita ka if you sell that property. Now, real estate has this tangible quality that just feels sobrang solid. Pwede mo hawakan, alam mong nandyan siya. So, compared to stocks, it's not just numbers on your screen. You can actually see and touch your investment. I remember having a photo, nasa likod ko yung lote. Iba yung pakiramdam na, wow, ito na yun. May property ako dito. Having a property in a growing area can lead to significant returns down the road. I remember meron akong binili way back in COVID. 2021 yun. I got it for 15,000 per square meter somewhere in Bataan. Medyo beach property style siya. Ngayon, they're selling it at around 21,500 if I'm not mistaken. O baka mas mataas na kasi mga 2-3 months ago pa yung nag-update. Not bad. Slower returns, yes, but you know it's going to get there. Patapos pa lang naman ako, continuous lang naman yung installment ko, pero at the end of the day, alam mong nandun siya. Pagka natapos na siya, whether I decide to make a house or iparenta ko siya sa future or ibenta ko agad yung property just because okay na ako dun sa gains ko, choice mo na yun. Di ba yun yung okay doon? Now, doon naman tayo sa mga safer options na investments. Yung mga bonds, MP2, preferred shares. No? Ito talaga yung mga sobrang gusto ko sa lahat ng safe options when it comes to securing your capital or making sure na walang mangyayari sa puhunan mo. Alam mo kasi na sobrang naiinis na ako at sumasakit yung ulo ko whenever people say that you can double your money in a year or two. But in fact, that's not really true. If you do that, the risk will probably be very high. And quick lesson ko growing up investing in high risk, high return investments. Oo, may mga magaganda. But if may nangyari, tendency nun mag-zero. Whereas kung low risk, low return, or at least a good chunk of your investment is nasa low risk, low return, dahan-dahan pag-build nung investment na yun. Dahan-dahan yung pag-grow niya. Dahan-dahan ka rin magkakaroon ng foundation to learn more about investing. So I usually look for investments that offer at least 4% annual return or sinasabi nilang 4% per annum. Bakit? Because it's all about balancing the risk. Why? In the past, I overinvested in medium to high-risk assets. Medyo stressful when you started investing in high-risk, high-return. Sinabi sa'yo,
Uy, pasok mo dito sa stock na to. In the next 2 or 3 months, magdodoble yung presyo niyan.
tapos nung wala pa ako masyadong alam, I remember I started, nung in-invite ako, mag-invest daw ako sa gold. So I didn't actually understand na mataas pala talaga yung risk na magdi-disappear yung capital mo. Kasi nga, sabi ko, sige, maliit lang naman na amount eh. Pero, here's the thing, whether maliit yan or malaking amount, masakit pa rin mawalan ng pera. Kasi nga, it's from 100, 200, magiging zero. Eh, pinaghirapan mo yun eh. Cash yun eh. And there are different business ventures na in-invite ako, nagpasok ng pera, and hindi rin siya nag-result into a good return. Sayang lang. At the end of the day, yes, I really agree na dapat meron kang mga high-risk, high-return na mga assets. So that should not be the main focus of all your financial portfolio kasi marami pa pong pwede kayong pagtabihan ng pera. At ang very important dyan, at least based on your age, yun yung percentage na ilalagay mo for your own safe investment. Sample na lang dyan, 34 na ako, magto-35 na ako. 35% yan automatic for bonds, MP2, preferred shares para alam kong regular return may darating for me at safe yung aking kapital. Siguro ang pinakagustong benefit that actually happened to me just because I invested in high-risk ones, it's my ability today to actually share based on my own experience what actually worked and what didn't work. And para lang din siguro ma-share ko yung own story ko for you guys to actually do this. No, I've created my own cheat sheet. You can actually find it there below. You can actually message my page para matutunan nyo all about the cheat sheet. And bottom line, siguro it impacted my life wherein I know I can come from my own experience and share to people. Right now, most of my clients, most of my friends na nagpapaturo sa akin ng investments, mas guided, mas alam nila ngayon saan papunta yung kanilang investment just because I experienced it firsthand. So that's the learning na nabigay sa akin when I started investing high yield. Pero ngayon, at least yung mga other people that's learning today, you probably watching today, alam mo na ngayon yung pwede mong gawin. When things went well, they went really well. Pero kapag hindi nakaayon ang ihip ng hangin, ayun, bagsak at sunog ang pera ko. It was a tough ride, so now I make sure I have a solid base of safer investments to keep my capital intact and provide a safety net if the riskier investments do not pan out as expected. Mas okay kasi for me yung hindi nawawalan ng value yung pera ko. It fights inflation para magamit ko pa rin siya in the future. Or it can actually survive to fight another day. Sabi ko nga, top 3, pero actually may pang-4 pa. Pero hindi kasi siya related sa usapan ng finance. But regardless, this is the really best investment I have done dahil kung hindi ko ginawa ito, I won't be able to make my own money grow. Di ko napapatagalin pa, investing in yourself, whether it's through education, skills development, or personal growth. This is an investment that pays the highest dividends. Magiging totoo tayo hindi dapat palaging usapang financial. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to keep improving yourself personally and even mastering your own self. It's an ongoing process and the returns can be incredibly rewarding. Sobrang dami ko na napag-investan in terms of personal development. Bottom line, isa sa mga nakuha ko is really understanding what my core values are, what I really wanted to do, and what was I really here for in this world. And na-realize ko ngayon na isa sa mga greatest talents and gifts na binigay sa akin ni Lord is to become a very easy to understand finance guy. And ang maganda doon, it's very relatable, the way I speak. God-given talent din obviously itong voice ko na kala mo kumain ako ng modulator. But at the end of the day, sobrang grateful lang din ako for all of these experiences. isa pa sa mga maganda natutunan ko about myself is that you're able to really connect with different people. Lots of friends, relationships made, and these people, these mentors, sama na natin sila Coach Russ, pati sila Chingitan, Bo Sanchez, they were so influential in my own life that I'm able to give back to many more people just because I invested in myself. Akala din ng mga tao, sobrang galing ko daw talaga magsalita sa harap ng mga people. No? But actually, public speaking is an investment that I've been doing for the past 20 years or so. They thought that na inherent skill ko siya, but in fact, I've attended different workshops just to improve. Kaya yung pagdating sa taxation, pagdating sa investments, when I get invited to do sales trainings outside of my own company and see how I actually deliver facilitation skills, these are actually learned from different mentors, and the skills that they shared with me, nahanda ko siyang na-imbibe, ulit-ulit kong practice at ulit-ulit ko in-execute for the past 20 plus years. And that has led me to this specific skill today. Sobrang dami kong mga pinag-invest sa sarili ko, and maybe I can make another video. Comment naman kayo sa baba kung gusto nyo ng investing in yourself. No? Lista na natin magkano nagastos ko para sa ganyan. So there you have it, my top 3 investments I definitely do again in terms of finance. Mula sa high dividend yield stocks, to real estate, to bonds, to Pag-ibig MP2, and preferred shares. And investing in myself. They're solid choices for me, and if kukunin lahat na sa akin at babalik ako sa simula with a small amount of money, this is what I do. Kayo ba? What investments have you found to be game changers? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so never mo may miss ang mga updates ng video natin. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Happy investing!